generated $140,000 in revenue.
Indiegogo is a crowdfunding.
It's just like Kickstarter, correct.
What do you sell them for, Charles?
$49.99.
Can we see it? Can we see it?
Yes.
I've thought one of the biggest issues around these things when the first handheld units came out was that you get arrested, or worse, you harm somebody because you're drunk, and you relied on the device to make your decision. Isn't that a huge liability to you?
First and foremost, there's no replacement for good judgment, and so the breathometer device basically promotes making smarter and safer decisions. We provide the instruction manual, we clearly label disclaimers throughout the app, and as long as we do our part in the due diligence and we uphold our side, we're in the clear.
Should I come up and try this with you?
Sure, feel free to come up.
And if she doesn't pass...
If I can't walk.
Hey, if she can walk in those heels, you already have your answer.
So, basically go ahead and plug it into the audio jack of your smartphone. All you need to do is hit the start button.
Okay.
Go ahead and breathe into this hole, like there. A little closer. You're at a 0.04 right now.
That would be legal.
Yeah, you're legal.
Does it tell you if she has bad breath, too?
It's funny as you mentioned that there's also another sensor we're looking into. It's for halitosis.
Oh, seriously?
And seriously, I'm starting to think of this as more of a multi-function breathalyzer. So the next one we're actually trying to focus on is diabetes. It's in clinical trials, and it's obviously less intrusive than blood pricking, right?
Charles, how'd you develop it? Are you a software guy? Are you a hardware design guy?
So I used to code back in the day. I built and sold my last company within 18 months. So essentially, I went straight into developing breathometer as soon as I exited my last company.
If you sold your last business and you did very well, why don't you take some of that money and invest it in this?
I have. So I started off with the first initial $50,000. I've already raised $500,000 in total from angels.
What are you going to use the money for?
Strictly manufacturing of the product.
Well, the good news for you is that both in Europe and Canada, Mexico, U.S., we're going to almost a zero tolerance on alcohol and driving.
Correct.
That's the trend.
I'm sure you've heard about the Federal Safety Board in the United States that's trying to push down from 0.08 to 0.05.
I'm a big fan of the sensor business. I've got a company, Motion Loft. We're all about sensors, and I think that's the future of technology. Okay, I'm gonna make you an offer. Right. What I'd like to do is offer you $500,000 for 20% of the company. That's my offer.
Okay.
I'll give you a chance to talk to other people.
Any other sharks?
Mark, would you let me go in with you?
No.
And handle the retail end?
This is not real. I'm not worried about the retail. That's just like a smidgen versus the long-term benefit.
I'll give you $250,000 for 15%. You wouldn't have to lose that much equity then.
That's not bad. Okay.
It's much less dilutive than Mark's 20%.
Okay.
And not nearly as much cash.
So just to open up the funding channel of communication, so the whole idea within the next 60 days is to close a full $1 million round from the angels back in Silicon Valley. So what I'm proposing is I'm more than willing to open up the round to potentially involve more than just one shark, because I think there's an incredible amount of value here.
Why don't you let the sharks do the whole round?
That's what I'm proposing.
I don't want to work with the other sharks.
You want to raise $1 million, don't you?
I do want to raise $1 million.
So Mark's not giving you enough anyways.
Mark's not done talking yet.
All right, here's what I'll do, Charles. I'll give you another $250,000 if Kevin will have me on that.
I'll do it. That makes a lot of sense to me.
And I'll give you another $250,000.
For 30%.
Wow. Okay.
And they have no idea what they're investing in.
That's not true.
It is absolutely true.
So you've got $750, 3 times what you asked for today.
Right.
For 30%.
Right.
Very smart. I like to surround myself with people much smarter than me. That's why I have a challenge being up here.
Thank you very much.
I think I want to match what you're offering. $250,000, unlimited manufacturing.
Okay.
10%.
And you wouldn't want to partake in the groups?
I've tried to get these 3 bobos together at breakfast one day, and it's hard. You know, it's like we don't need all these people.
Right now, we can't agree. We've got 3, maybe 1.
No, I think we could agree, Kevin. But what if we raise the dollar amount we're putting in?
I'm just saying for $1 million of straight equity and get all the sharks in it. Now, I don't know if Mark wants to play ball, but we need a significant discount to do that. You would be an unbelievable story if that happened.
That's true.
Mark, because of your previous investments in sensors, you need the lion's share. Tell us what that is, because competing with each other is going to be very expensive versus colluding with each other and giving this guy every single shark.
Come on, Mr. Cuban.
Damien, you're in on this, aren't you?
I'm willing to go in if Cuban's in, and you'll get all 5 sharks.
Charles has the potential of raising $1 million, all the funding he needs at this point, if Mark will join the rest of the sharks on a deal.
Damien, you're in on this, aren't you?
I'm willing to go in if Cuban's in, and you'll get all 5 sharks.
Come on, Mr. Cuban. You get the lion's share.
What does the lion's share mean? What equity do I get?
So you get all 5 sharks. You need $1 million bucks.
Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to sell me.
Wow.
What can you give us on a straight equity deal? This is your round right here, right now, the whole damn thing.
Wow, that's pretty serious.
Oh, Charles, think.
You got to come up with a really good offer.
Okay. Would you be okay with taking, say, 300, doing 300,000? They split up the 700 amongst them.
I'll do 500K for 15%.
For 15%?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All 5 sharks will give you $1 million, 500,000 for Mark Cuban for 15%, and 500,000 split amongst the 4 of us for the other 15%. So $1 million for 30%.
Do it.
Do it.
There's a reason the champagne's open, my friend.
Can I have a second to make a phone call to my CFO?
Yes,
Sure.
of course.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Hey, Charles.
So they have basically all have provided an offer, all 5 of them, and so basically $1 million for 30% of the company. So I just want to kind of get your thoughts.
You know, $1 million for 30%, you know, it's a $3.3 million valuation. Not a huge valuation.
Sure.
I mean, fundamentally, I'm a little bit worried about too many cooks in the kitchen. I mean, they all have big egos. And so, you know, can they work together effectively?
Who wants to bet what he comes back at?
He'll come back at 25.
I say 25.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, let's see what happens. He's been out there a long time.
Charles, welcome back.
Thank you.
You have an opportunity to get all 5 sharks and the power of all sharks behind you.
Right.
Here's the deal. $1 million, 500,000 from Mark Cuban for 15%, and 500,000 from the rest of the sharks. We're going to split it
Right.
for a total of 30% for $1 million. And the power of Shark Tank. What are you going to do?
I accept.
All right. Wow.
That's great.
I gotta tell you, I didn't see that coming, but that's...
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You change your mind. I mean, you change your mind.
Wow. We all should
Charles,
toast to that.
have a toast with us.
All right. Cheers, guys. Cheers. I've never thought about raising all the cash that we needed from the entire team of the Sharks. I'm ecstatic right now. I have no words. I'm shocked.
Last season, teenage entrepreneur Lonnie Lazzari made a deal with Mark Cuban for her skincare line, Simple Sugars.
I would love to accept your offer.
That's what I like to hear.
Let's see how she's doing now.
Everything about my business has changed since coming out of the tank. Simple Sugars, can I help you? Prior to Shark Tank, our sales were only $50,000. In just the first 24 hours following the show, we had already reached $220,000. And 6 weeks later, we were at $1 million in sales. When I pitched on Shark Tank, we had 3 part-time employees. Now we've grown to a team of 24 employees and 8 interns. Hello?
Hey, lady, it's Mark.
Hi, Mark. How are you? It's pretty cool to have a billionaire as a business partner.
Just want to say congratulations on $1 million in sales.
When I partnered up with Mark, I was a little bit worried that he was going to treat me just like a little kid. But he's shown confidence in my ability to run this business and really treated me like a true colleague.
I'm here to help, and let's keep on kicking butt.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Wow, that's so good.
Whenever I walk into a store and see my product, it makes me feel awesome. It's so exciting to see it there.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Mom. One day, I hope to be the best company in America for women to work for. As far as women have come in the corporate world, I think there's still a long ways to go, and I want to be the one to make that change happen. I'm living proof that hard work and persistence pay off in a big way. Thank you, Shark Tank. Hey, Shark Tank, stay smooth!
Next up is an entrepreneur with a product to reward men for their good deeds.
Oh, please.
Stay in your seat, Lori.
It's about time.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Jim O'Brien. My company is Man Metals, and I'm asking for $10,000 for 10%. Now, Sharks, I could stand here all day and talk to you about Man Metals, but instead, I want to show you how I came up with the idea. And to do that, I've brought in my exact body double for a historically accurate reenactment of how I came up with the idea. This started as a running joke between me and my lovely wife, Kathy. Whether it was flexing as I picked up my dirty laundry to put it in the hamper, or actually taking the toilet paper roll and putting it on the holder, which guys don't think is a problem, but women obviously do. And those rare occasions when you would take the toilet seat, while apparently sticking my butt out, and lowering it.
Why is he looking at me?
I don't know.
Why are you looking at him?
Every time I did this, my wife would always laugh and say, "What do you want, a medal?" And I thought to myself, yes, I do. And that, Sharks, is where Man Metals came from. There are 6 original Man Metals. I took the garbage out, I picked my dirty clothes up, I put the toilet paper roll on, I put the toilet seat down, I ran the vacuum cleaner, and I asked for directions. I've been selling these online for less than a year, and I'm not getting orders from just in the United States. I'm getting responses from Canada, England, Ireland, Norway, Scotland, and as far away as Australia, New Zealand, even India. So, Sharks, are you ready to earn a medal?
We get a lot of bad theater in here, but this was pretty good bad theater.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I want to give your body double an award for the sexiest look. So can you raise your eyebrow again like that? Can I see you do the same?
Oh, yeah, there's the body double, yeah.
I have to say, though, we're always getting girls in bikinis. It's about time.
It's a hilarious shtick.
So how many have you been selling?
I've sold about $2,500 worth.
A whole $2,500 worth?
I know.
I thought you were selling them all over the world.
Less than a year, you said?
Honestly, yeah, $2,500 so far.
You've sold dozens of them.
600, yeah. Hundreds. I've sold hundreds. These you see here are the retail displays. So all 6 of these pins, which you're holding in your hand, we've only had for less than a month.
Jim, what do you charge for them?
Retail is $5. My cost is 65 cents for that whole package. We wholesale them for $2.50, which gives them a price point for retail stores anywhere between $5 and $6.
Have you done like any type of trade show or like a,
Trade shows?
That's the next step for me.
So go to a show and see first, is this something that's viable? And then think about whether or not you need an investment. I hope you are successful, but it won't be with me. I'm out.
Thank you.
I think this idea merits a full financial exploration because really here,